The XRP Fi side of the market is expanding rapidly, and one of the biggest companies around this that's really enabling it is Evernorth. But already we have witnessed some pretty significant moves going into January that really started back in December. I do think that 2026 is going to be the year where we really start to see the DeFi side of the XRP ecosystem expand. But also, I think that passive income opportunities are only going to become a much larger piece of the XRP community. And I'm very excited about that because obviously we do not want to just buy and sell digital assets. We also want to hold them and create long-term yield opportunities with them. And XRP is one that for the longest time we have been promised, hey, you're going to be able to just earn on your XRP and you won't need to sell it. I do think that we're getting closer to that point. Now, it does begin with projects like Doppler Finance, which we did talk about, right? They partnered up with Evernorth back in the beginning of the month, and this was definitely a big one. This was to advance institutional liquidity and treasury use cases on the XRP ledger, but also to enable passive income opportunities as well. I think that this is to really kind of build that liquidity so that there can be passive income opportunities. Now, on top of that, Doppler Finance just expanded on their product base and they gave us an updated view on their new UI. And we have here from Bank XRP, Doppler Finance, following their major partnership with SBI Ripple Asia, they've rolled out a sleek new UI for the Doppler Vault, easier access to info, cleaner design, and a smoother XRP Fi experience overall. And this is what it looks like. I think that this is an incredible overall view of just how professional a lot of these platforms building on the XRP ledger are. I mean, this looks incredible. It looks very clean, it looks very sleek. You can see the rewards as well. You can see the TVL and all that kind of stuff. And again, yes, you can earn on your XRP. This is a passive income opportunity. Now, of course, yes, there's always risk involved, but we're still at that early phase of XRP Fi becoming a very big thing. Now, on top of all of this, we also have over here the partnership with SBI Ripple Asia and Doppler Finance. This was back in December. Remember, this is that yield generation infrastructure that's being built out. This is that platform, aka this is like the vaults. It's Doppler Finance vaults. So very excited to see that become a reality and excited to see it expand and potentially get launched very soon. We already know that this is, it's launched. It's obviously out there, but we're starting to see this really get improved on and really expanded on as well. So very excited about that. Now, on top of that, we also know that FXRP has been expanding rapidly as well. Circulating supply around this just hit $88 million. This is a new all-time high. This got posted from Minus Wells. I've been watching what Flare has been doing with XRP for a very long time. Obviously, I was there for the airdrop. I did get my airdrop. I do not hold Flare. I'm just going to be transparent with you guys out there. I do not hold Flare. And the reason why is simply because my portfolio is absolutely stacked with so many altcoins right now. It's actually getting to the point where it's hard to manage. So that's the only reason why I don't hold Flare. If I was an XRP holder that, had space in my portfolio, maybe I had a little bit of money on the sidelines to allocate for Flare, I 100% would, because I do think that Flare is a very big piece of the XRP ecosystem. Now, talking about that, here we have the Flare platform, aka the xrpfi.flare.network DeFi platform, where yes, you can earn on your XRP on multiple platforms here, or at least multiple vaults. Now, this is FXRP, which can be converted into XRP. This is just Flare XRP. It's essentially like a wrapped XRP token. But this is very exciting stuff as well, because again, the APY on all of these platforms is pretty significant. It's well over like the 5% plus area. Some of these APRs are significantly higher because, again, there's not a ton of TVL within that and a lot of participants, which is also why, being early on a lot of these platforms is crucial for like maximum yield. But still, the average here is about roughly 3 to like 8%, which is pretty good, and a pretty high overall APY for most platforms as well in this space. Now, on top of that, Flare did put out a full breakdown of their infrastructure stack. So Flare's XRP Fi long-term strategy, extending XRP into programmable financial infrastructure. If we're looking at this, these are the key components that are included in this. Obviously, we have that external liquidity venue integration for XRP, enabling native trading and improved market access, native routing between the XRP ledger, Flare, and EVM-based execution environments, supporting efficient asset movement and settlement, standards-based multi-chain FXRP implementation, allowing FXRP to operate consistently across supported environments, planned XRP ledgers, smart account minting and access paths, providing seamlessly entry points without requiring users to leave the XRP ledger. The goal is clear. XRP gains global market access to a permissionless and deep liquidity trading platform. XRP ledger remains the settlement layer. XRP holders gain access to the multi-chain blockchain ecosystem. FXRP enables programmability while preserving trust. And yeah, this is the big focus of this. This is the goal of this entire infrastructure stack. Now we also have evidence, market depth, and throughput. 2 billion plus cumulative DEX volume, which is about roughly 210 million per month, 100 million plus cumulative perpetuals volume with 1.5 million open interest, and top liquidity assets are USDT, Zero, Flare, and FXRP. Now, the overall growth here for Flare's platform has been very successful, and a lot of that is due to the names tied back to this. I mean, this is the full stack. You have Spark DEX AI and Enosis DEX, which is AMMs and concentrated liquidity pools supporting spot trading, fee generation, and liquidity provisioning. Flamex Trade and Spark DEX Perps, perpetual futures markets enabling hedging, leverage, and price discovery. Firelight Fi, the staking layer for FXRP, transforming staked XRP into protection for DeFi, opening new real yield opportunities via DeFi cover for FXRP stakers. Kinetic Markets, money market, providing lending and borrowing for FXRP. Enosis Global Loans, XRP-backed CDP and credit issuance, Spectra Finance, time-based yield and structured instruments, and then also Upshift Fi and Clearstar Labs, institutional-style yield products that generate XRP-denominated income, modular lending vault that is similar to an on-chain hedge fund structure. So again, these stacks are so crucial for creating that long-term value for putting your XRP to work. I love to see this. This is incredible. And again, what Flare is building is extremely significant. Now, let's go back to Doppler Finance, because we go back to that partnership with Evernorth. Just recently, Ashish Birla did join NASDAQ Exchange to discuss their planned Q1 2026 IPO and how they are making institutional XRP access as simple as buying a public stock. This is a very important interview. I know it's a little bit lengthy, but listen closely to what they have planned. This goes hand in hand with the recent announcements that we have been seeing from Ashish regarding institutional adoption, institutional access, and also DeFi, as well as stablecoins, on-chain FX, and even utility-driven NFTs with, tokenization at the core of all of this. But check this out.
Site. I'm your host, Christina Ayanian. And joining me today is Ashish Birla, CEO of Evernorth. Ashish, thank you so much for joining. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So we have a lot of exciting news to celebrate. Evernorth is gearing up for a Q1 2026 IPO. How is this shaping your strategy to getting institutions on board and the digital asset space overall?
Yeah, thanks, Christina. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I've been in blockchain since 2013. And, the timing couldn't be more perfect. We have the right kind of regulation, we have the right kind of administration, and institutions are ready to adopt. And Evernorth provides an easy way for institutions in the public markets to gain exposure to XRP, the digital asset underpinning Evernorth's digital asset treasury.
So it sounds like the shift that we're in really opens up interesting opportunities. What are some of the core strengths that Evernorth has that attracts public investors?
Yeah, so if you think about how you get access to exposure in digital assets prior to Evernorth, is that you would have to go and custody digital assets on your own. You would have to worry about compliance. You'd have to worry about security. And hey, a subset of users and institutions are okay with that, but a large lion's share just want to buy a public stock. So we made it as easy as buying a public stock, and we'll figure that stuff out for you. Use that and you can gain exposure to XRP, a digital asset, the third largest digital asset, today in the United States.
But there are still a lot of gaps in today's infrastructure. How are you positioned to solve this?
Yeah, so listen, there's a lot of regulatory, issues, there's compliance issues. There's the security issues that I mentioned. And then you have to, if you want to participate in all the interesting things happening on the, blockchain ecosystem, you have to figure that out as well. Or you could just buy the XRPN stock, Evernorth stock, and we'll figure that stuff out for you. So we did a lot of that heavy lifting. We're experts. We've been building products. My team has been building products in blockchain since 2013. We're the right operational team to make this happen. We package all that up for you. You just buy the stock, XRPN, that's the Evernorth stock, and we'll take care of all that heavy lifting for you.
So going off of your point, XRP ETFs are making a big splash. What's your take on what comes next for regulated XRP products?
Yeah, so listen, there was a record-breaking last few weeks with XRP ETFs. Hey, that's great news. That shows that there's the demand from the public markets to gain exposure to XRP, a digital asset that is at the forefront of the financial revolution on blockchain. But there's more that we can do as well. And Evernorth is going to be actually participating and help develop that XRP ecosystem, help bring financial products to the blockchain. And by buying the XRPN stock, you get exposure to things beyond just the asset. We'll also be generating yield as well on the XRP asset, which we'll use to go and buy more of the digital asset for the treasury. So we'll be actively out there. We'll be stewards of the XRP ecosystem. We're excited as this is early innings, and we're excited to get going.
So it's safe to say this momentum is creating that ripple effect. No pun intended.
I've heard that one before. That's a good one.
So from your point of view, what do you think will distinguish the winners in digital asset treasuries?
Yeah, so I think that one, you have to have scale, and Evernorth, as of today, is by far the largest XRP digital asset treasury out there. And then I would say that the other thing is they can't be passive. They have to be active stewards of helping the XRP ecosystem flourish and develop. And that's where our core strengths lie. I was building products in blockchain for over a decade. I'm going to continue in helping the XRP ecosystem develop. And Evernorth will get to potentially participate in that and generate yield for the treasury as well. So we're excited. I think the leading digital asset treasuries are going to be the ones that are actively involved, not just sitting back and helping that XRP ecosystem flourish.
So from your point of view, you've been in this space for over a decade. What are the top 3 things that you would say to weary investors getting into tokenization or digital assets?
Yeah, so I would say, listen, the timing couldn't be better. You have the right kind of regulation. These products have been around for over a decade, so they're mature. They are having good reputations, and it's ripe for institutional adoption. And so the last piece is that was missing is there wasn't institutional adoption and institutional capital coming in. But products like Evernorth make it easy for institutions to now participate and adopt. So you got regulation, you got the products, and now you got institutional capital. I think timing is right to adopt blockchain for financial products.
The time is now, so get on it.
Absolutely.
Ashish, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
And again, the whole focus of all of this is institutional. Almost everything that we have been seeing from Ripple on top of Evernorth and almost every single one of these companies tied back to even XRP-Fi, it's all based around institutional grade, institutional adoption, institutional yield, institutional use cases. And that's because 2026 is the major shift. This is the time where the shift is happening. Institutional players are, now aware of crypto. They're making sure to adopt and tap into crypto. And now they are open to working within the crypto ecosystem as well. And it's only going to accelerate from here on out. 2026 will be the defining year for institutional adoption of crypto. This is the institutional era. Welcome to it. It's beginning, and it's only going to get even crazier from this point on. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video.